We are rolling.
Rolling.
I got icicles hanging off of things I don't want to mention.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Okay. Got some liqueur.
Baby, it's 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm psyched for some alcoholic beverages.
You know, it's the weather up here in Ventura has shifted.
It has shifted. We got some much needed rain, a lot of it.
We're a little closer to New Jersey weather.
Yeah,
Not much.
I think it's going to be snowing this week in New Jersey, so we're not even really close.
Snow. Speaking of snow, I brought some snow with me.
Snow way.
Because we don't have sorry, off camera. I don't have an elixir today. But I did bring some snow.
Oh, HFS. We have to do it.
So we'll get to that in a moment.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm into health food, and
yeah. Well, there's certain kinds of balls you want to avoid. You know, air balls is one.
Well, we're giving him a break this week.
And then there's certain balls that you just like warm up to.
And you got to.
Icy.
I'm not even gonna say it. You got to just.
What's up, guys? I'm Fireball from FireballTimGarage.art.
And I'm Tommy Scalera from carshowsafari.com.
And you are watching Car Show Safari, Snowy Edition.
Snowball Edition.
Yeah.
We have one of these chances in hell of getting a great show today.
It's just going to keep rolling.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Lots of stuff to talk about today. We went to GNRS, which is an incredible
We went to the
show.
Grand National Roadster Show. And let me give you a few factoids about the Grand National Roadster Show, if I may.
Yeah.
First off, there was the 75th anniversary of the Grand National Roadster Show.
Yeah.
And at the Pomona Fairgrounds.
There were some guys there that went to some of the very first shows.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. The Amber Award, which is the America's Most Beautiful Roadster Award, went to the one that I chose. Thank you very much.
Because you chose it.
Because I chose it. I'm sure that the judges were impressed by my review. 36 Ford, built by Rad Rides by Troy, and that thing was gorgeous.
They always do good stuff.
Yeah.
Always great stuff. Yeah. Lots of rods in this show.
Oh, man, there was so much great stuff. But
much more than
usual.
What
was fascinating was they had all of, I don't know if they have all of them, but they had most of the previous Amber Award winners there at the show. And you really got a chance to see the evolution of car design, of hot rod design over the years. It was a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a phenomenal display of George Barris's work for would have been his 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Batmobile, Golden Sahara, Munster Coach, Dragula, Little Red Wrecking, Elvira's T-Bird, Fireball 500, and the Hero Hata
so many
Mercury.
Cool things. You know, he also built the a movie car actually for my dad back in the 60s.
Really?
I think it was 66 for an Elvis movie called Easy Come, Easy Go. Not a great movie. In fact, my dad would have told you
He would have said
one of the worst Elvis
it was
movies.
Easy Go leaving the theater.
Yes. But they built this car. It had surfboards in the back. It's at the Peterson now. It's got some green shag carpet.
I've seen it.
And then they reused it. Once they used it in the Elvis movie, they used it for the Batman series in 66 right after that as the Joker's car.
The Joker's car.
Yeah.
You know, I always liked the concept that the Joker would have a car.
His own car.
His own car.
With green fur. It was meant to be.
Fur, yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic show. And one of the highlights for me was I was walking around the show and suddenly Gene Winfield shows up.
Yeah.
And I love Gene Winfield. I mean, the man is a legend. He's brilliant, and he's charismatic and fun as hell. And he's 98 years old.
Such tremendous history. You know, I mean, if you're lucky enough to be in this hobby for as long as we have, but certainly as long as Gene has, then you have tremendous stories. You know, Gene is known for a lot of movie cars that he built. Built all the cars for Blade Runner.
Yes.
He actually built a bunch of them, and then the shop that was next door to him burned down, and then ended up burning all of his cars.
Oh, wow.
And he had to rebuild them all. He built the spaceship Galileo for the Star Trek TV series.
Yes.
We did Monster Garage together. We built the Insane 54, which was a 49 Ford Ranch wagon that we chopped and channeled and painted everything else. Ended up looking like a Chevy. We did that with Daryl Starbird. It was one of the only episodes where Jesse didn't even bother to show up.
Oh, well, I think it made things probably a lot easier.
It did. We had a great time.
This is Gene Winfield's plaque, and I used to go a lot of times to the Mojave show. There it is. But this is a Gene Winfield signed T-shirt.
Yep.
which I've never wore because I don't want to sweat in it.
It looks like a quadruple X. It's a big shirt.
Well,
it could be a night shirt.
They were running out of shirts, so I just got the one that he could sign the easiest. He did the Carson Sleeper. He did, of course, Blade Runner. He did RoboCop. He did that. He did
Total Recall.
Yeah, I mean, the man is prolific, and a lot of people don't know this, but he was quite an accomplished dry lakes racer.
Oh yeah.
And he actually quit racing in '53 because he got married.
Yeah.
Gene, we love you. We love you, Gene.
Absolutely.
And, if you ever want to come on the show, he's 98.
98, right.
If you ever want to come on the show, what we could do is we could have you sit here and...
we got to go out to the desert.
I think we're going to have to go out to the desert. I don't think he's coming to Ventura too soon. But anyway, thank you, Gene.
I caught him cheating again. So long I try to pretend. I keep on trying to make a bad boy good. Leave you for good, you know I never would. Thinking he's still
It's so great to see everybody there. You meet all of your old friends that you see occasionally.
I think that's really my favorite part is you're seeing all of the people that love the same thing as you do in one place. Super high vibration. Everyone is just having a good time. They're happy. We got a chance to eat hot dogs. We got a chance.
Boy, that was an opportunity to eat hot dogs at $18 a hot dog.
All the rules just kind of go out the window. It's kind of like on this show, we have some balls to have.
Yeah.
Shall we get into that?
I think we should get into these balls.
But I figured because it's so freaking cold here in Ventura, it's got to be like what, 72?
I've got to say it's at least 70.
Yeah.
Freezing.
We got some snowballs. If you haven't had original Hostess snowballs, I'm sure there's some history, which you'll have to look up. But we also have one of these liqueurs that I found. It's about 100 years old. Curacao, genuine liqueur, 62 proof.
That's never been opened, but the bottle's kind of a quarter empty. I'm wondering about what happened there.
Well, it kind of...
Oh, it kind of got open.
Yeah, I think it broke.
It opened
at some
itself.
Point. Yeah, so I'm going to pull this thing off. There's a cork in there. You see that?
Yeah, somebody
There's
should put a cork in it.
Cork in there. So I want to...
We're not going to get... Oh.
Drink the cork. So...
well, we could just eat the cork.
Okay.
This looks frightening.
The cork is in there.
The hospitals are open now, right?
Sure hope so. Oh, you got some cork. There you go.
Oh, well,
And we're going to have that.
I could smell that from here.
Yeah. You know what it smells like? It smells like perfume. Maybe it is. Did you do that when you were a kid? Just kind of try things for the hell of it?
Yeah, like, I don't know, cleaning fluids and Hostess cupcakes.
Yeah. So snowballs and cheers. This is to Gene Winfield.
To Gene Winfield.
Yeah, and corks are us. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
That is perfume. I think that's
super
perfume.
Sweet and disgusting. And
talking about super sweet and disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
That is so good.
Dude, my life is now complete.
It's got chocolate, cream filling, and pink coconut on the outside.
There's nothing better. Oh, God.
The folks over at Hostess wanted to send us a crate of these.
An entire pallet? I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Wow, that is so good. Oh, I cannot even tell you, folks out there in Facebook land.
That's just the amazingness of this particular Hostess snowball. Really? You're still rolling? Wow, awesome.
We also had Wheels and Waves over the weekend, which you completely bailed on.
Well, I was not there.
Yeah.
But I hear it was fantastic.
It was a great show. It was an amazing show. We had a great turnout. We had a launch, first-time launch from Joe Magliotto's hot rod. Now, I met Joe about 10 years ago, and he built a car called the Mad Hammer, which was all copper and brass.
Oh, cool.
Incredible hot rod. And then we started talking after that. I did a sketch of a car called the Pinkerton. I sent it to him. He said that he was going to take some design cues from it. But what he ended up doing from that was completely abandoning that and building his own thing. And it just came out fantastic. It's called Trinity.
Okay.
And there's 2 seats and then a high seat in the back where your head is popping out the top of the car.
That's neat. I wish I had seen that.
Yeah. And I'm going to post some photos. I have a best of show that we're doing. I'm also I've done several best of show episodes from GNRS.
Segerstrom Shelby Event Center.
Say that again?
Segerstrom Shelby Event Center, friends of ours
Okay.
who need a shorter name, are having a thing on the Saturday the 15th coming up, 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., and it's a 3-museum tour cruise. They start at the Segerstrom Shelby Event Center. They move to the Marconi Auto Museum.
Nice.
And then they end up at the Lions Automobile Museum. Big, wonderful museum. Friends of ours. Gateway Classic Cars, friends of ours, are having their Caffeine and Chrome. 17 events from Florida to Arizona.
Wow, that's epic.
And it's on Saturday, February 22nd, 9 a.m. to noon. It's amazing that they have 17 events on the same day at the same time across the country.
And they're all full.
And they're all full. Fantastic cars.
Wow.
Gateway Classic Cars, Caffeine and Chrome. Look it up on Car Show Safari. The Winter Classic Mopar Swap Meet.
Oh, yeah.
This is the 30th. And they list it as snow or shine. Remember, we're talking about Columbus, Ohio in February.
There's no rain in the Columbus.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
it's just either snow or
comes
shine.
down solid. Yep.
So that's on the 22nd
All
of
those
February.
those snowballs, you know those things?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
They hit
just
people in
pile
the
up.
head.
People are sleeping in them.
And, people get buckets and they collect them.
Oh, yeah.
Greater Milwaukee Auto Winter Swap Meet, Wisconsin's largest indoor swap meet, 45,000 square feet of heated indoor space.
You know, with all these shows and the size of them, everybody should be weigh like 10 pounds.
I know, right?
Because
With all the walking.
You're walking 20, 30 miles just to go through some of these swap meets.
Carrying
You buy.
fenders
Yeah.
and bumpers and tires.
Hoods, yeah, cars.
That takes place Sunday, February 23rd from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. in West Bend, Wisconsin. Hey, I hear there's a new thing that's taking place in your life.
There's a new sheriff in town. I don't have my badge. So I was sitting there, minding my own business. Actually, I just launched a new sketch, which was Airwolf. Airwolf came out today.
Okay, that's cool.
So you can get that in the store. But I was sitting there, and I thought, I really need to get a haircut, because it's like my mom used to call me Tonga Bushy, because when things got out of control, and then if my hair was out of control too,
Oh,
But
okay.
So I went to get my hair cut, and it was going to be $50 to cut my hair, and there's not a lot there
that is
anywhere.
outrageous. It's not like you're coming in like Robert Plant.
I mean, I appreciate that a lot of those guys, those beardsmen, that they spend a lot of time, doing something really good. But I just thought, you know what? I got a lot to do. I need to get around quick. I decided to become fully aerodynamic, so I went and did this.
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you very much. It'll grow back. I mean,
You're
I hope.
sure it will.
I hope it will grow back. But
You didn't pluck it.
yeah,
You just cut it.
I got here really fast. No, I'm wondering whether
Now,
I
what'd
should
you do?
have
You lost
a
like
goatee.
5 pounds.
I'm just all the way up there.
Well, I like it. I'm just really glad it's not me.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I sat there looking in the mirror, and I said, you know what? Time to go. Time for a change. So I shaved it all off. It'll grow back. Should I put some here? I don't know. You got that going.
Well, I think
What do you guys think? Should I grow a goatee? Should
If
I?
you're missing, if you're follically challenged on top, which you're not,
No.
you're purposely doing this.
Yeah. I
That
still have the hair too. I could glue it there.
you could make a goatee out of it.
Put a little.
Put a little like string coming up the bottom.
Yeah,
but
maybe a Fu Manchu mustache or something.
yeah, I know a lot of guys who are who are bald, naturally bald, and they grow a goatee, and it makes it kind of look like their hair fell to their.
And then you get an earring, and then you start wearing all white, and pretty soon you're the laundry guy, whatever that guy's.
Oh, Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean.
Mr.
Well, you need an earring. To be
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Clean,
yeah, yeah, I don't
But you
think-
also
yeah.
need to be really
Yeah,
buff.
yeah. So I'd be kind of Mr. Clean's, younger brother who's not so clean.
Yes. Billy Jean.
Billy Jean Clean. All right, guys, that's what we got for today's Car Show Safari. Thanks for watching. I'm Fireball from fireballtingarage.art.
And I'm Tommy Scalera from carshowsafari.com.
We'll see you next time.